we're trying to capture the lived experiences of people with chronic pain. So many people with chronic pain, they go to the doctor and they only get maybe 15 minutes with the doctor to kind of try to explain what's going on, but in reality, there's so much more that's affecting their lives.
It's a very diverse thing, chronic pain, with a lot of different causes, and it can have a lot of different impacts on people's lives, so we're very interested in investigating that.
There have been a few thousand studies on chronic pain within the past 5 years, and they still haven't come to a conclusive, oh yeah, this is chronic pain.
So this summer we were focusing on getting as much data as possible, interviewing as many patients, just listening to as many stories as we could, and just kind of transcribing, annotating, and better understanding general trends within that data.
So motivational interviewing is generally used for habit changing. It's a therapeutic technique to get you out of this habit. What we're doing is different. We're using this as a way to elicit information, not as a way to change a behavior.
You know, when you go to a doctor's office and you have to check a bunch of boxes, you have to fill out all these forms, the end goal is to kind of add a better, way for you to express, oh, I'm feeling this, pain in my knee, let's say, but it's not quite this, so I won't check that box, but maybe I would, so it's better for the physician to diagnose.
The ultimate goal is to try to translate this into clinical use, use training in NLP or LLM to be able to do this process on its own instead of having a human interview someone for 30 to 60 minutes and then having to annotate that whole transcript and all themselves. The goal is to get an AI tool to try to pull out these patterns so that it's a much faster process and to give doctors more information.
Being able to better understand chronic pain and just get the holistic view will definitely help with treatments and potential diagnostics as well. We're at this one meeting and there's this one type of pain, I think myofascial pain, it was, that has a very weird definition. Scientists can't even, agree on the definition of it. So it's definitely a field that needs some deeper exploration.
Because this field typically surrounds traditional assessments, we want to bridge that gap between the clinical care assessments and those of lived experience of patients.
One of the things that I've tried to stress to the students is, they have this very interesting summer opportunity, but being able to do some research really does set up a lot of different things down the road.
One thing that I would say is really unique to our project is that I've been able to speak to numerous individuals coming from different backgrounds, different social backgrounds, economic backgrounds, and all united by some sort of chronic pain.
And getting hands-on experience with new innovations, technologies, and building up my resume as well in terms of co-authoring on abstracts, presenting at conferences.
I really enjoyed the environment, the coworkers I'm with. We've all bonds in a way, so then we basically okay, the two of you, we're gonna do this interview right now, or we have lunch together, all those different things, so a lot of camaraderie.
I've been able to see what it looks like on the other side of academia. I got to go to meetings with professors and not just with the professor I work with, but our entire lab. And so I got to kind of see what it looks like beyond just the surface of the classroom, right?
I work with PhD students, but everyone is focused on their project and we just collaborate. And this experience, they were all undergraduate students. I had fun working with them. It taught me how to manage, because I was somehow mentoring them. So it taught me how to manage 6 people and make sure that everyone is doing well, everyone is taking their share of participation in this project. I saw 6 different perspectives, which made me enhance the annotation schema and make it more robust. Seeing actual patients was very interesting for me. I work in NLP in healthcare, but I'm usually sitting with a computer. When we actually created this data and I was able to listen to what people go through and their experiences, so it's very interesting. And I think it's very useful for my research going onward.
Having undergraduate research opportunities can make a huge difference when you're applying to graduate school or medical school. One of our students that was a part of the project last summer and this summer applied to medical school, and this was like a key vignette of her experience, at least that went into my letter of recommendation for her. And so, Oscar supporting these opportunities really creates a lot of then downstream opportunities for our undergrads by giving them, skills, things that are clearly documented, that all of these students have posters they could put on their CV. They're going to be a part of publications. And so I think it really opens a lot of doors for them for, whatever comes after Mason.